Hello, girlfriends, and welcome to Girlfriend2Girlfriend. I'm Jabbour, founder of the Girlfriends Club, and it's so great to be back with you this evening. Ah, it's been quite a week already, and it's only Tuesday, but I have to admit that I was really looking forward to this evening's program, bringing back Gail Style. She just makes me so happy, and I follow Gail on Instagram, and I encourage all of you to do that. When I see Gail, she just, brings a smile to my face. She's always taking good care of herself and dishing out some really good advice. And she's beautiful, as we know. And so, hi, Gail. How are you?
Hi, how are you, Ali? Thank you for having me.
We had to have you back. I mean, the community.
I so enjoyed the last time.
I think you know what, Gail. As we were saying before, it's so important to be relatable, and that's what you bring to the table. You are a relatable, beautiful woman, and you have so many great ideas. You're very inspirational, and like I was saying right before you came on, when I watch your Instagram stories, it just makes me happy. You're always giving good advice. You're taking care of yourself. And I think that that's one thing that if any day of the week we can do is take care of ourselves.
Yeah, thank you.
Talk to me a little bit about yesterday. You went to go see Dr. Marnie Nussbaum, huh?
Yeah, I did. I was feeling kind of down. I feel so fortunate that I have this incredible community of women all over the world through Gail Style and Instagram. And it's this community that, they tell me I help them. I get these beautiful notes on a regular basis. And some women even go so far as to say, I could hardly get through lockdown and through pandemic, you're the first place I go. I want to see how you're presenting yourself and also just your positivity. And I chose to share that I was having a down day. And I know that I'm more fortunate than most, but I definitely was feeling it. We're going on a year now of the pandemic, and there's so much suffering, and, I just want it over. So I said to myself, I needed a lift. And I think it's important that we listen to ourselves and our bodies and our mental state. So I reached out to Dr. Marnie Nussbaum, who takes such great care of my skin. And I knew that just going there, I loved it because it was a quick in and out glow peel that just made me feel better. And sharing that, and I got an overwhelming response about, thank you for showing your vulnerability, and as you said, the one thing that, or two things that are really important to me is obviously authenticity, but also relatability. When I help women, it's not about looking like me or being me. It's about looking and feeling your best and you're most beautiful and you're most productive and you're healthiest in every way. So I was glad that I shared that. I had that moment. I woke up today feeling better. So it works.
And like you said, it could be going to Dr. Marnie Nussbaum, or it could be going to, your drugstore and just buying some, fun facials and just taking a
Yeah.
moment for yourself and, just retreating.
Yes, for sure. Someone had reached out and said, I'm not in New York. I don't even really have the means to go to my dermatologist. I said, why don't you go to the local drugstore? There are so many great brands that are accessible of, glycolics and masks or anything like that, something like that. Light a candle and take a moment and do that for yourself. And she wrote me later and said, I did it. I feel so much better. So style incorporates all of that for me, and empowering women and men too is important. And it's what will get us through these times.
We have to take the courage. We need courage to do this,
Yeah.
and we have to step out of our comfort zone sometimes and remember to take care of ourselves, because you just said something to me. If we don't take care of ourselves, we are not going to be able to take care of anyone else.
Absolutely. I'm a single mom of two, and we're all, even if we're all, as women, we're maternal, even if we're not traditional mothers, we're friends and we're daughters and we're sisters. And we're in a point in our lives now where we really have to help one another and lift one another up. And it's when you put the oxygen mask on yourself, whether it's through self-care, style, even your environment, the home you're living in, you know, and how you organize it and style it, that has an impact on your mental health. And so that you can then be your best for others.
Absolutely. And if you talk, so I know I want to chunk this out.
I know.
Yeah, last time it went by so fast. And I want to talk a little bit about personal style. And you know, you were talking about your favorite things the last time, but a couple of days ago, you were talking about your top 3 favorite items.
So
go for it.
My goal is that any women that I meet, or a woman that might visit my Instagram page, or a woman watching tonight, is to walk away with 3 key things that she can do starting tomorrow to elevate her wardrobe, or, you know, add pieces that she can wear over and over. So I was explaining to you earlier, Ali, before we went live, that I almost am always in blue jeans. And for some reason tonight, I had an idea. I said, you know what? I'm always talking about using a great pair of jeans that are well-fitting and making you feel your most confident as a canvas. And I said, you know what? I'm going to lift it up a little and be a little rock and roll and edgy, because my style, if someone asked me, is feminine with an edge. And so I decided to put on these leather pants and use these as a canvas. So one of the things to invest in, and again, they're available at every price point, is a statement top like this. It's a black sweater, but it has a poof sleeve. So it could be a statement top like this, that's more of a knit. It could be a blouse that's a pussy bow, some kind of top that makes you feel really pretty, that you can wear over and over. So I styled it. I'm going to stand up with my leather pants and a belt. And I don't know if you could see, but I have a pointy toe pump on. So the leather pant is a bit rock and roll, but the pointy toe pump makes it feminine. So the first is a top that makes you feel beautiful in. Second is a structured blazer. And I pulled this out. So I can add this to my outfit now, which makes it more tailored. So I have a rock and roll leather pants on with my pointy toe pump. You can see, I did the story earlier. It was a lot easier. And then this blazer. Now, the great thing about this blazer, this happens to be Saint Laurent that I invested in 10 years ago. Okay, it's a great item to add to your closet. However, not everyone has the means for that, and that's fine too, because I get a kick out of the fact that if I Google, or if I go on Amazon and type in structured or fitted black blazer, I found one for $38.99. And I tell you, it gives this one a run for the money. So a statement top, a structured blazer, and then a pair of either jeans or leather pants, or even faux leather. There's so many great options, either at Zara or H&M, that are really accessible. Amazon fashion is phenomenal. And so they are accessible pieces that once you add them to your wardrobe, I can now wear this black blazer with any style denim, you know, blue jean. Then I can wear this sweater that I have on now with so many different types and styles of jeans. I can choose to wear a belt or not, you know, so it's like, there's so many. And then my pointy toe pump, if you don't have a pointy toe pump and you're a woman in your closet, it is a must. And
it's a must. They are the only shoes to wear. They're sexy. They're so feminine. And you're so right. If you're wearing even if you're wearing a tailored pant, it's the only way to go. I mean,
they elongate your leg. They really elongate your leg, that pointy toe. And mind you, I also love a great rounded toe, and I get into some of the trends and they all come back, you know, but it's a very classic look to have a pointy toe pump, and extremely flattering.
I agree. And Gayle, so I know that for myself, just to talk about shoes again for a second, one of my favorite topics, I know that, like, for me, I'm constantly either wearing my nudes or my black. But I want to invest in a pop of color. I feel like this spring, I want to get a pop of color in my shoe. And I've been, and between, you know, Jimmy Choo and Manolo Blahnik, I mean, there are some gorgeous colors out there this spring. What do you suggest I add to my wardrobe?
I also want to add Steve Madden, Schutz, La Rue. There's so many accessible.
Michael Kors,
You know, I love my designer, but I cannot get over the beautiful colors and patterns and prints. that are available. So my recommendations, and say we were in your closet and discussing your wardrobe, would be white.
Let's go. Want to go now?
Exactly.
Go now.
Would be white.
Okay.
I love white, and I love white all year round. Because they're unexpected. Like I'd even put on a white pump with this outfit.
That would be so great. I would love that.
Yeah, I often do that. Like you'll see on my page, I'll wear a white bootie with an all black outfit. I think it's fun, and I love a colorful pump. I love a print pump. I think that we should have fun with fashion. You know, I always look at the trends, even though I'm more of a classic stylist. You know, my goal is for you to invest in pieces that you'll wear year after year and season after season. But when I was looking at the trends for spring and even what's going on for fall, there's this like joie de vivre, there's this joyousness to what's being offered, because we need joy now more than ever. And dressing up helps us feel joyous. You know, I see the magic that happens when I'm working with women and they're looking in their closet and they can't believe. And even some women who have these beautiful clothes, but they don't, you know, putting them together or having the confidence.
It's so true. And I remember I was going out last summer, I think it was last summer, and with a gentleman, and he's like, wow, you're so dressed. I go, oh, don't worry, I'm going to overdress every time you see me. Because that's just good. It makes me feel better. And I really enjoy that. So I want to invest in something different and colorful. So I'm going to take your advice on the white. I never thought of that, but I have to say that my mother for years and years always wore a white slack in the winter.
It's so chic. It's so beautiful.
And she pulled it off. She was so elegant, and it really is a beautiful look. I mean, it's really, and it's like you said, unexpected.
Especially when you style the white pants with a white sweater and you have that whole monochromatic look. Oh, it's so really stunning. Yeah,
you have to have the right coolie too. You got to have the right. Exactly. going on.
Well, it's all about strategic dressing. So.
The other thing is, I want to talk about the white T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, so I went on Amazon. I did what you said. Okay, so I ordered some Amazon basic tees. I ordered a J. Crew basic tee.
Great.
Okay, and then I got one at Target.
Great.
And I love the Target one.
One of my favorite tops of all time is on my page. It's a white sweatshirt. It's so similar to this with the poof sleeve. This is Mini Rose.
Okay.
Which is one of my favorites, but the Target one is really great too. So I hear you.
It's slimming and it's a little bit longer, but it's cut for a figure.
Yeah.
So when you take it out, it kind of has a little bit of a shape. The other ones are lovely. The J. Crew one is a little too thin and flimsy, almost see-through, kind of don't feel comfortable. And then the Amazon one, great quality.
Yeah.
But shorter. Like I liked it that maybe it's because I'm a little bit long-waisted and I just like a little bit longer. So how do you recommend wearing T-shirts? So with your silhouette tonight, would you put a white T-shirt on tonight?
I would so put a white T-shirt on with these. Sometimes I don't often wear all black, and for whatever reason, maybe it was my mood yesterday, though I'm in a much happier mood today. But I would style these leather pants or jeans with a white T-shirt with my blazer.
With the blazer.
It's a great look. You know, it's a little more relaxed, but then you have the blazer on you. And I just think T-shirts, you can also get them that say things and can be a little thought-provoking.
It's a mood. It's a total mood.
It's a mood, and I think there's a relaxed nature to it. And then when you put a blazer on top, I like that balance. I like the juxtaposition rather. I like my philosophy is if you have something that's dressy and high, you bring it down. If you have something that's distressed, you elevate it.
Yeah, love that. Oh, you gotta copyright that. That's a good one.
That and the Gayle tuck, which is the front and the back.
Gayle tuck. Oh, show everybody the Gayle tuck. Come on, stand up, do the Gayle tuck.
Okay, so I actually tucked this in all the way, but the Gayle tuck is when you tuck the sweater in the front and the back, because when you taper in the back, you show shape more, and then the sides hang out like wings, and that's the Gayle tuck. So it will be a household name one day.
I hope we're going to make that happen, Gayle. We're going to start that hashtag right away. One of the things that I found so curious is that You talked about loungewear for sleepwear. So beachwear, I'm sorry, beachwear.
Oh,
Cover
beachwear is loungewear.
as loungewear. And I thought that was so terrific. Good. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so I haven't been traveling, and
I was going to say, who has been?
Right. There's a movement now, and it's been going on for a while, where you wear, you're in your pajamas or your loungewear much of the day. And I was looking at these beautiful like caftans or dresses that I had, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? They're so comfortable, they're so pretty, and why not put them on just to, be in my living room and get use out of them? Put a cardigan on top if I'm chilly. The idea is just to really use your clothes, right? And also, as we spoke before going live, those days of there was a grace period, of every day being, not getting dressed, not doing your hair, which I want to get to in a minute. Now those days are over. This is our new normal. And I think it's important. I think it's important for those who are around to, show that we have to, dress the part, look the part, so we can do the part well.
Oh, absolutely. And this goes back to what you were saying, like shop your closet and find those treasures that you have.
Yeah.
I know when I just did as we were saying before, I just edited my closet. It was just the shoe area, but it's crazy what you uncover.
Yeah.
First, and you forget what you have. And then you realize you have way too much.
Yeah. And also wear strappy shoes with socks in the winter. That's one of my favorite.
I know it is. I know
looks.
it is.
And I learned it at Donna Karan in the 90s when Donna put it on her DKNY models. And I was like, that is so brilliant, because then you get use out of your shoes,
Except for the past couple of weeks here in New York with the snow.
It doesn't work then.
It does not work.
It can't be snowy.
It really doesn't work. But again, taking the time to go through your closet, it really makes you feel good. And if you need a girlfriend to come over and help you, do it. Remember, that was one of the best episodes of Sex and the City.
Yeah.
When the girls were, helping Carrie clear out her closet. And I think that that's really invigorating. And the thing is that if you have your girlfriends come over to help you, they can take what you're.
Oh, for sure. Your girlfriends, your sisters.
Yeah. You can do a complete edit and share. I think it's a great way to pay it forward. Maybe we should coin that as a name.
Yeah. I love making piles for Salvation Army or Dress for Success. Mm-hmm. We have so much, and the needier, why am I holding on to some of these things? So I really help my clients decide, keep this, donate this, maybe sell that. And that's an important part of the process.
So one of the most important things that we really haven't touched upon, and we didn't last time either, is making sure that you have the proper foundations on. Because if you don't have on the proper foundation, nothing's going to look right. So invest in a good bra, invest in foundations that are going to make you look good and feel good for you.
Oftentimes when I meet a woman in her home, and even virtually, I'll say, when was the last time you were fitted for a bra? And also as we get older or after we have children or not, our breasts change, and it's really important to have a well-fitting bra because your clothes will fit so much better. And most of the women, if not all, are wearing the wrong size and the wrong bra. So that's always in the beginning. Yes, you're absolutely right. The foundation. And also I encourage women to invest in pretty lingerie that even if no one else is seeing it, for them, because it feels really good to have that on under your clothing.
It's funny that you say that about lingerie. So I was helping a girlfriend. She was getting ready to go away. And I'm like, so what about the lingerie? Like we did bathing suits, we did everything.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't need any. And I'm like, girl, she's like, I'm too heavy. I'm like, are you kidding?
No.
I'm like, first of all, I don't care what size you are. There is something beautiful out there for everybody.
For
everybody. And, pursuant to the bra situation, she was like, she hadn't bought anything in years. So we had a little fun. We got online, I said, just order up, keep what you like, send back what you don't like. But the most important piece to that is having you have to understand that no matter what you think you look like. Your partner is in
Yeah,
love with you the way you are.
it's so true.
So we
And
got to get over ourselves in the mirror.
yeah, we're our toughest critics.
The worst.
And it reminds me of, and I may have mentioned this the last time, but I love telling the story of a woman who said, I'm going to call you in a few months when I reach my ideal weight. And I said, okay. I said, I'm always here. I'm here now, here down the road. I said, but if you'd like, I can come over and take a look at what you're wearing now. And this, the lingerie made me think of it, because if you're all of a sudden you're wearing the right bra, your clothes look differently, or all of a sudden you're wearing skinny jeans and a structured blazer and you never thought you could because your body isn't where you want it to be. What happens is when you see yourself in the mirror and you feel you look better, you're motivated to make positive changes. And that's exactly what she did. And she said, Gayle, you changed my life. I lost 40 pounds in this last year safely with a trainer, with diet, because she was motivated. So it's, and it's also when I meet women for the first time, I also talk to them about their hair. When was the last time they had a haircut? Maybe some color in their hair, even makeup. So what happens when I meet women and I work with them in their closet, I become their life stylist, if you will. And then I have a tremendous team, whether it's Dr. Nussbaum or Valerie Joseph's salon. And because once you have your hair and your undergarments and everything, like that foundation, as you mentioned before, you could put on just a t-shirt and a well-fitting pair of jeans and you feel amazing.
Amazing. And I want to just get back to the bra for a second, because we have to talk.
I love talking bras and breasts.
We're talking bras. But the thing is, like, if you put on a bra that fits you, you lose 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Immediately, because it puts you in the right stratosphere.
You're tucking in.
You're up, but going up. A lot of women don't realize that, there was something to Playtex back in the day that said lift and separate. It's important. It makes you look good. And it's almost like you had an augmentation. You just get the right size. And it changes your whole silhouette in your clothing.
Yeah.
And, I preach this because I love women and I love how beautiful women look. But that's just like one quick change.
It's easy.
That is necessary. And you're right, it's easy. That's all you have to do is just get fitted for a good bra. So we've pretty much covered everything on our body, but talk to us about the wellness of your home and how that helps you feel like a human.
So my background, I've worked in fashion and at magazines, and I was really fortunate to work with some of the most creative minds in the business. And it was Donna Karan and Calvin Klein, and certainly dressing women, but it was also their home lines. So I learned at a very young age that, styling books a certain way, or a bud vase, you didn't need a lot, but the right things, and they didn't have to be expensive things. And I think it also even harkens back to when I was a child. So many siblings and a lot of madness all the time, good madness. But I always felt better and more confident and like creating order, like in my room. So my outfit, my room. Anyway, so when the pandemic started, I pivoted my business. I've styled homes in the past here and there. Like if I dress women, they'll say, what do you think of my bedroom? Or what do you think of my family room? I want a new rug, I want a new couch. And I would do that for them. But I really pivoted my business because when the pandemic started, women were not going out so much and they weren't editing their closets. And so fortunately, I had some incredible opportunities, some incredible, guardian angels in my life who gave me some amazing opportunities, allowed me to take on these huge homes and projects and learn and incorporate what I had known. So basically, you can really transform a space quickly, just as I can transform a woman's style. And the way that you do that, first and foremost, is you take out the clutter. It's what you do in your closet, right? You have to take out the things you haven't worn forever, that are not designer, that make no sense keeping. For instance, there's a woman that I did a virtual styling of her home, and she had the bowl of the masks, the bowl of this, everything on the table when you first walk in. The masks don't need to be displayed, so the mask can go in a cabinet above. That's where the family goes to get their mask. And what can be on that for your console table is a beautiful catch-all bowl. That could be from H&M, and a really pretty coffee table book. So right there, a pretty bowl, a coffee table book that has to do with your interests, your family's interests, whether it's travel, sports, art, cinema, you know, and right there, clean it out, add some pretty objects, some trees or plants, even at the local market. There are some, I love some green stems that I'll put in a little bud vase. Maybe it's a diffuser, a candle. So there really are ways, and I've done everything from furnished entire homes and styled some incredible spaces, and also very, you know, smaller apartments that with just a few tricks, you can really transform.
Well, I think the next time you come back, we're going to focus Gayle style at home.
Yeah.
Because I would love to be able to share what's behind you the next time.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have quite the collection, and I just see all the little white porcelain pieces. Is that what that is behind you?
Yeah, and again, those are from Denmark, but they don't have to be, right? Style right now is so accessible.
Yes.
And what's happening is we're spending so much more time in our homes, right? And I even have husbands saying, I can't take it anymore. You know, now I'm like looking out at this bookcase, it's an utter mess. And so I'll clean out the bookcase and add some objects. And so, yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that, because I think it's really important the way we feel in our spaces to enhance our mental state and our productivity.
And pay attention to it.
Yeah, of course. You know, now I'm getting a lot of phone calls. We didn't have the time, but we're home now. And we're also home looking at this more. So I love it so much, because I work with couples and there's a balance there. This one wants this. It's an interesting dynamic pleasing everyone.
There's no better
investment. Even the kids, they have opinions. They come out.
Of course. There's no better investment than the investment on yourself, your family, or your home. So Gayle, thank you so much for joining us. I know that everyone loves to have you here, so you have to come back, and we'll do a spring style edit of how's that? Some
10 essentials and some things that
so maybe we'll see you in April. And and we'll circle back. So you can find Gayle at Gayle Style on Instagram. And until then, girlfriends, stay well, be healthy, and I'll see you next week. We'll be here with the wine chef, Lisa Denning. She's going to talk about her incredible nose for smelling wines. However, Lisa had COVID, which affected her smell and taste. So we're going to hear her story and learn about some really interesting wines. So until then, I'll see you next time. Bye, Gayle.
Bye, thank you. Bye, everyone.